Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new core class figure review we're going to be looking at the Legacy Evolution Dinobot swoop figure. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to see how he looks and compares with some of the other core class Dinobots. We'll see how he compares with his original Generation 1 self, and of course we'll see how he displays with some other figures in the same toy line, and indeed some of the other toy lines as well. So as I start to pop all these away, there's a couple of things I need to do. First is thank In Demand Toys in the UK, which is who I purchased this from, and as you can see they got him to me nice and quickly and safely. And the second is to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So this is the package that he comes in. He's packaged in robot mode, and of course because he's packaged in robot mode, we've got the alternate mode there, the artwork on the top, which is great. We've got the Legacy Evolution artwork there. Then if we spin it round, there's some brilliant artwork of him there. And of course on the back you can see this is relatively simple, just 6 steps, which I'll show you in a second. And yeah, he comes with these little 2 accessories as well, which can be used as blasters and indeed double up as a fist, as well as these instructions. Now the figure itself, this is one of the better ones, to be honest. I think this looks great. The detail on the head sculpt is fantastic. It does turn around. It does look up and down as well, even though some of that's for transformation. There's ball and sockets at the shoulders, ball and sockets at the elbows. There is, of course, a waist swivel. There's ball and sockets at the top of the hips, and there's also knee bends as well. There's loads of articulation on this little guy, and he does look really good. Right, let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. Very simply, pull this part of the head back, fold the beak up, and then we're going to turn. We don't need to actually. Let's fold the wings out. We're going to take the legs, join them together via this tab here, and then fold them over, clip these into them 2 holes there. Then you've got a tab going into the top of the upper arm, and a tab which is going to go into the bottom part, also well, it's the bottom part, but it's right in the top of the thigh, so that'll just fit in there. Then you can attach the weapons. See, you've got a tab and a cutout. That's what we're looking at. So if we pop these over there like so, there, it disguises the fact obviously now that it does look like a fist, but it still looks okay. And that, in my opinion, is probably the best looking core class Dinobot. It's brilliant. I love it. It's super basic. It's what I would class as a pocket money toy, so I really like the look of it. I mean, just because we can, even though there's no real point doing it, it is of course completely different to this. Price range, articulation, everything, to be honest. It's just because we've got the original and I wanted to show you a comparison between the two. Right, let's have a quick look at the alternate mode then. So the alternate mode, you can't really do too much. So you could probably look the head up and down a little bit if you want, but you'd have to move the back bit as well in line to make it all look or stay the same. There's nothing else really underneath here at all. That's for combining him into Volcanicus, which you'll see in a second, but that's pretty much it. So the alternate mode is super basic. Let's come back then and have a look at him combined to form Volcanicus. Very quickly though, before we do that, we need to of course see how he displays and looks with the rest of the core class Dinobots. However, with these, I think, as I say, some of these are quite weak in their alternate modes, whereas I think Swoop in honesty suffers the most, purely because the only way you can display him is like that. I mean, if you had a stand, it would still be okay. But for now, when he's just the way he is, he's flush down like that. There we go. Anyway, just wanted to show you him with the other Dinobots. Of course, still missing Snarl for now. But there you go. That is the 5 core class Dinobots. Right then, so let's have a quick go at combining Swoop. So I've transformed him pretty much into the arm mode. This is the side part that's going to fit in there, and then this is the fist which is going to fit there at the bottom. Now obviously at the moment he's balancing, but I'm going to, in fact I'll bring this in a second. This is going to connect right in this shoulder. There we go, it's gone in, and of course he's going to be top heavy. Now obviously I haven't got another Grimlock, and I definitely haven't got Snarl yet, but to give you an idea, that doesn't look too bad. Again, you've got to remember these are core class figures, so what I'd call pocket money sort of figures it's good. It's articulate. The head we know which will turn around. The shoulders will spin around because of the bend in the legs on these. It means they've got like elbow joints, which is brilliant. There's even going to be a waist swivel. There's a knee bend. It's brilliant for what it is and for the price that you're paying. If we want to say something slightly negative, it could just be the size. But again, exactly that. It's a small. It is made of core class figures, and it is small. You know, there's deluxe class beachcomber, there's deluxe devcon, here is leader class Megatron, but you know, you're going to get 4 of these for the price of that, and you could get them all twice over with Masterpiece at Yukikaze, so it's not too bad. With regards to, I suppose, some third-party figures, for those of you who collect them, where are we? There is New Age David, Magic Square, Trailbreaker and Iron Factory, Mirage, or Phantom as he's called. You know, it's not too bad. As I say, I don't want to take anything away from this. I really like it. I think it's good, and it is going to be fun once it's fully complete. Right, let's come back and have a look at him in his robot mode just for the final time. Okay, then back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and this is I'm going to be choosing to display him for now until we get Snarl. So again, with these weapons, you can now take these once they've been separated and you can pop them into his hands. Now, the only, I suppose, mini negative thing about this is the weapons have these tiny little pegs, so you can't attach any of the 5mm weapons or additional things on it at all. Now, for some people, they might not like the holes in the back of the legs, but again, if he's going to be combined, it's not going to be too bad, and you can't really see it. I know that at least one subscriber is definitely going to want gap filler kits, but I think on a core class figure it doesn't necessarily necessitate it. But the other cool thing is, because it does have the small pegs, you can interchange all of the weapons that the core class figures have in Honesty, which you can see there, which looks pretty cool. So that's, I suppose, another little bonus, to be honest. Right, let's bring the rest of the Dinobots in then, because there's not really much more to show you in regard to this figure, especially as I've uploaded the transformation tutorial. So there's Grimlock. This one, I think, unfortunately, is the weakest in the robot mode. So let's put him somewhere at the back, so he's going to get covered up in a sec. There is, I'm going to say Slug, unfortunately. I know I'm going to get a load of backlash for that, but that's his name in this particular toy line. And there, of course, is Scar. So there is all 5 of these brilliant, fun little figures. I'm just going to move these all along, and then just going to do a very quick couple more size comparisons. Oh, I need to bring in the original one, which I've not done yet, which is, again, quite a bit bigger. If I stand in behind, and he was one of the smaller Dinobots. That's the original Swoop. I love the fact that you can put the 2 twin blasters. I can do exactly the same. I can put them in his hands as well and copy that perfectly. So yeah, these in robot mode, they're a little bit smaller than some of your third-party Legends scale size figures, which you can see there. Right, let's move these out of the way, and for the final shot then, let's just bring in some of the rest of the figures from the same toy line, and indeed wave with the newer ones. So there's Axel Grease. You can see she's much bigger. Devcon is bigger still, and of course the biggest one I've got so far, if I put that there, is about right. There we go. There's Armada Megatron. So that's a good look right there at the new Legacy Core Class Swoop. Hope you enjoyed looking at him. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Take care.